Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? There we go. Excellent. My name is Tony Penny, and I am the Chief Learning Officer of the Reagan Foundation, and I like feedback, so. Well, we are delighted, and I mean, we are absolutely thrilled to have everybody here. The last time we had this event, honoring Ventura County's finest scholars, was 3 years ago. We took a break due to the pandemic, as I'm sure everyone, I don't have to explain to you all the changes that happened the last couple of years, but we are very, very excited to be back to celebrate all of you here under the wings of Air Force One, as opposed to over a computer screen. So on behalf of my colleagues and the legacy of President and Mrs. Reagan, it's an honor to celebrate so many local outstanding student leaders in this room. But to start the program, I ask that you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excellent. Thank you very much. Please be seated. So, it is our desire here at the Reagan Foundation to equip the next generation of citizen leaders, young people whose passion, whose commitment and service at their schools and in their communities inspires others and makes the world a better place. We do that by offering a variety of programs, and many of you have already been involved with us during your time in school. So I want to get a sense of how many of you have been through some of our programs. So I'm going to read off a couple of our programs. If you were involved at all, please stand and remain standing until we get through all of them. So we have a partnership with the SEME Youth Council. Any SEME Youth Council students in the room? Excellent. All right. Reagan Leadership Medal. We offer a Reagan Leadership Medal that we award to students. Any Reagan Leadership Medal recipients? Okay. We have a wonderful partnership with the JROTC program at Royal High School. They come out and help support us for the Reagan National Defense Forum. There we go. Okay. What about our student leadership program? It's our summer student leadership program. Any SLP alums? Excellent. Oh, there we go. Oh, and some applause for that. It's okay to clap. You can warm up your hands. It's graduation season. Your hands are going to be swollen and red over the next couple of weeks. And finally, our Discovery Center field trip program. Anybody been through our Discovery Center field trip? Usually when you were younger, 5th grade. All right, well, excellent. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Excellent. Well, it's wonderful to welcome you all back. Thank you, and please be seated. Thank you to all of our alumni. We are honored to have been a part of your leadership journey so far. We also hope that as you go through college and you head off to college in the next year or so, you will consider joining us and staying connected to the work the Reagan Foundation does with college students. We have a program in Washington, D.C., called Leadership in the American Presidency. It's a 4-credit program that happens during summers. So if you're ever interested in interning, living in Washington, D.C., you can join us. And everybody who is a semifinalist, so everybody who's in the room, all the students tonight, you will receive a minimum of a $2,000 scholarship if you choose to participate in that program. So if you want to go to Washington, D.C. at some point in the next 4 or 5 years or so, you already have a scholarship just by being here tonight. So congratulations on that. So tonight we are gathered to celebrate our longest standing education program here at the library, the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Scholars Program. Each year, this program's award dinner is a special recognition of outstanding and civically engaged high school seniors from right here in Ventura County. By the end of this evening, we will have awarded nearly $850,000 in total to more than 230 students from 30 different Ventura County high schools over the life of this program. Each year, as my colleagues and I on the selection committee read through the applications and watch your videos, we are encouraged and very positive about what lies ahead for this county and for this country. You truly have done some pretty amazing things. And I think if President Reagan were here today, he would be inspired by the leadership and service you have shown despite some pretty trying circumstances over the last couple of years. And he too, like he always did, would be looking to the future with the utmost optimism and confidence for our country. Before we continue, tonight's presentation of awards would not have been possible without the efforts of our scholarship selection committee. So I want to recognize those people on our team and externally who helped make these selections tonight. So as I call your name, please stand to be recognized. So along with me, the Reagan Foundation's representatives include Christine Adams, Will Donley, Oh, there's Will back there. Joanne Drake. The next couple aren't here, so you can applaud for them, but they won't hear you. So Jessica Johns and Laurel Johnston. Megan Gately is here. Colleen Hill. And then Gay McCurley and Shlomit Ovadia. In addition, we're pleased for the following community representatives to serve on our selection committee. Sharon Barday, Cheryl Caudry, Jake Jacobs, JP Lake, who's here with his wife, and Arlen Whitaker. And finally, each year we select a former scholar to serve as a representative on the selection committee. And this year, that was Royal High School graduate Alex Edgar. Alex was a 2021 recipient and is now a student at UC Berkeley. He also happens to be an alum of our student leadership program as a camper, as an ambassador, as a lead ambassador. He starred in a virtual field trip we did with Discovery Education. And he's going to return this summer as an intern. So once you win this award, you've got to keep coming back, just like we've done with Alex. So yeah, congratulations. So thank you to all of our judges. And now, as we continue our program honoring some of the best and brightest in Ventura County, we are pleased to be joined by someone who has made a significant mark on the local community for more than 2 decades. Lance Orozco has reported on some of the most significant news stories across California over the course of his time as news director for KCLU, including the Thomas and Woolsey brush fires, the Borderline Bar and Grill attack, and of course, the very special ceremony right here at the library for the funeral of President Ronald Reagan. Prior to his role at KCLU, he could be seen on camera in news markets such as Orange County, Los Angeles, Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, after studying journalism at USC. He's an award-winning fixture in our community, and we are honored to feature him as tonight's keynote speaker. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Lance Orozco.
Well, thanks, Tony, and it's an honor to be here with all of you tonight. I'm guessing that for you guys, this probably all feels like a big blur right now. There's graduation, there's college, big changes in your life. It might be a little bit scary, especially if you're headed off to school in another part of the state or maybe another part of the country. I know I look like I'm 10,000 years old to you guys, but I remember what this was all like. It is a little scary. I know you're anxious to find out about the scholarships, and so to help, I've cut down my speech from 2 hours to 90 minutes. No, okay, we'll just take just a couple of minutes here. But I do have an idea for you, a suggestion, and it's really kind of a simple idea. I want you guys, and I'm talking specifically to all of the people here that are getting ready to go off to college, to be bold. Okay, well, what do I mean by that? You need to step out of your comfort zone. You've been going to school with your friends, you've had the support of your parents, but you're going off to college. Even if you'll be living at home still, it's going to be a totally different world. Now, in high school, a lot of you got the big push to get good grades, to complete projects. College is different. It's going to be up to you. You have to step up. The classes are there for you, but it is a much different atmosphere. There's lots of distractions. You guys know this. We're not living at home anymore. You know, you can do whatever you want. You can go out. You can party all night long if you want. And the parents won't know about it. But you need to basically set that aside. You need to be focused. You need to be adults. And that means you need to step up for you. When I was in junior high school, and I'm not kidding about this, I was so painfully shy. I would spend my lunches in the library. And I love to read. I mean, that was part of it. But somewhere in the process, I became really obsessed with the idea of becoming a journalist. I really wanted to become a journalist, and that meant that I needed to change. I needed to become an extrovert, and that was a hard thing for me. It meant trying to overcome some fears, and this is going to sound really strange now because I'm in front of you guys right now. I was a TV reporter for 15 years. I did the weather in Los Angeles on CBS for a couple of years. I get queasy about public speaking. It's kind of strange, I know, because I'm in front of you right now, but it's just, I don't feel comfortable doing it. But I wanted to be here because I want to support you guys. And it's just forcing yourself to get out of your comfort zone. And this is just an important thing that I'm really trying to convey to you. You need to be a leader in your own life. Now, it is fitting that we're here at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. Now, for you guys, for the students here, the president's something out of a history book. For your parents, for those of us who are older, we do remember him. But he was a bold person. He was a bold leader at a time when America needed bold. He had a lot of bold ideas. Some things worked and some things didn't. But he was a leader who stood up and got many Americans to think positively when things weren't going so well for the country. He was a good cheerleader. But let me be practical about what this being bold idea means for you. Many of you, some of you, may be the first in your family to go to college. That was me. I was the first one to go to college. Some of you, maybe not, but some of you, it may be, and that makes it even a little bit more scary. There's maybe a little bit of pressure on you. Many of you may be trying to figure out how to pay for college. You're hoping for a scholarship today. Your parents are trying to figure it out and everything, and it's very difficult. My parents, when I went to school, they wanted me to go to college. They had not been to college. They didn't have a lot of money, and they couldn't help. I applied for scholarships, and I went to a high school in a little town out in the Mojave Desert. And I'm sorry, this is going to sound like a story your grandpa would tell. I mean, it was literally I walked a mile down a dirt road to catch a bus, and I would spend 90 minutes going to high school every day. And that's true. That was the right thing. I literally walked down a dirt road and did everything. Out of a senior class of 300 students, six of us went to four-year colleges. And it's very sad. My old high school in Victorville is doing much better now. They're doing much better now. A lot of people stayed in town and worked for the cement factory. It was a different time. There's more opportunity now, but the fact is you have to help make that opportunity happen. Now, I got some scholarships and enough to pay for tuition at Cal State Fullerton, and I was very excited about that. I had a great journalism teacher. He said, "Why don't you apply to go to USC?" And I thought, okay, that is crazy talk. That is just crazy talk. I mean, I can't even afford a parking pass at USC, much less go to USC. But I applied. I got some scholarships. I got a full ride in the journalism department, and I was able to go to USC. Now, even though I was able to do that, this kid from kind of a poor family getting this opportunity still had to do tuition and books and things like that. So I had to get jobs and 2 jobs. And I couldn't cook. And so the one thing I did do that was kind of fun is I served meals in exchange for dinners, but it was at a sorority house. So that wasn't the world's worst thing. That was okay. But it was also a reminder to me that I was from a very different world. And this is a world where some people, to get an education, and some people's parents are in a position where they can just write a check. And some of you are struggling, and you're trying to get through it. Some of your parents maybe even are saying, "Don't worry about it, we'll take care of it," but they're worried too. It is tough. I mean, college has gotten so expensive. Going to USC right now, it's like my entire college career costs less than 1 year of USC now. It's just gotten so expensive to go to places like that. So, the fact is you have to work. You got to have this dream. And this is what it comes down to, being bold. You can make it happen. Despite the negativity you hear from people in my business, and that's the media. I hate to say it. There's a lot of negativity that comes through the media. You guys know that. America is still America. And this is a place where if you really want to make things happen with your life, you can do it. I believe it. I did it. I believe you guys can do it too. You just have to want it. You have to have that vision. And it means some struggle. It means when your friends, maybe you have money, maybe you don't, but your friends are going to say, "Oh, we're going to go off to Mexico for a couple of weeks for summer, and we're going to go off to Aspen," and maybe you have to work. Maybe you have to continue to work, just to help pay your bills. That's part of it. When you go to college, you're going to be tempted. Your friends are going to say, "Hey, you don't need to go to that Thursday night class. We're going to go out. Let's go have fun." But the point, what I'm trying to make here, the point of this is, it's up to you. And if you are struggling, if you're fighting hard to get that education, do you really want to give it away? Do you really want to miss out on that one class? I didn't, and I don't think you do either, because you guys are here. The fact that you're here shows me that you guys are not just an average student. You're really willing to work for your careers and your future. And the simple fact for me is I wasn't going to waste the opportunity that I had, and I hope that you don't do the same. And there's one other factor here too, and some of your parents, my grandparents came from Mexico. Some of your parents maybe came from another country. And they made the ultimate sacrifice. They came here just to make sure that their kids could have a better education. And I mean, to me, that's one of the most incredible sacrifices of all. So it's a parent's dream, no matter where you come from, to have their kids do better. And you know, some of your parents are here right now, and that's what they want for you. And I'm not trying to be dramatic about this, but you can do some incredible things with your life if you want it bad enough. I didn't pick a career where I was going to get rich. I mean, journalism pays okay. It's fun. It's interesting. I've had incredible experiences. I shook President Reagan's hand. I've been on the red carpet at a couple of Academy Awards. I did cover things like the Thomas and Woolsey fire, some really difficult things. But then I've gotten to do some fun things. I got to interview players sitting in the Dodger dugout one time. And it was because I followed my passion. Now, that's my dream. What is your dream? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a scientist? Do you want to be a biologist? It's there right in front of you. And once you get into college, you may not have that same vision. It may change because when you're in college, you're going to experience things and you may find something else. But what I encourage you to do is find your passion. Find that thing that you want to do. And once you find it, you need to hang on to it. Because here's the other temptation that happens. When you get out of college, you get your degree, and some people are all anxious to get to work and some aren't. And one of the tendencies is you want the job that's going to pay well because maybe you've been struggling financially for a couple of years and you want that job that's going to pay well. But you need to think about, is that job going to really help me get to the career that I want to have? So it may mean, in my business, it means you don't get to go from USC, you don't start working for NBC in Los Angeles. It means you go to a small town like Chico up in Northern California and you make really bad money and you work crazy hours and you have the best time of your life. Because you're doing what you love. You're learning your passion. It's fun. And I had friends who weren't willing to do that. They stayed in Los Angeles. They had better jobs than I did. And you know, they were driving nicer cars and you know, all of a sudden they were buying houses and having families. And they have wonderful lives. Nothing wrong with that. They have wonderful lives. But you know, some of them years later had that regret. They didn't follow their passion. And this is the point in your life where you can do that. When you get out of school, because you don't have, I'm guessing you probably don't have a mortgage and 3 kids and a car. Most of you, hopefully not. But it is your opportunity to go out there and follow it. And if it means taking a bad job for a while where you're going to get good experience, you do it. And you have to explain. You might even have to explain to your parents because they're looking at, oh my God, we spent a fortune and you're taking this job in Yuma, Arizona, and you're going to be making $20,000 a year. But it's great experience towards your career. It's going to help you get to where you want to go. So you need to follow that passion. So again, you might not know what it is right now, but you do know that you want something more. That's why you're going to college. That's why you're here right now. This is not chance. This is not a coincidence that you're here right now. You are here because you have potential. You have drive. But first things first, you need to get through college. Maybe some of you are going to go to graduate school. When you're having a rough day, just remember why you're doing it. You are creating your future. In fact, many of you in 20 years are going to be my future. You're going to be our parents' future. You're going to be our doctors. You're going to be our scientists. You're going to be our community leaders. And so we have to be nice to you. So, because you're going to be running the show. You can make it happen. So don't be afraid of the future. Don't let it happen to you. Be bold. Make it happen for yourself. It's up to you. And congratulations to all of you and good luck with the scholarships tonight.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for those wonderful remarks, Lance. I don't know if you've had a chance to open it. We got you a gift as a thank you for coming today. I'm going to spoil the surprise right now because I just think it's kind of cool, but it's an American flag that was flown over the library today in your honor. So thank you so much for joining us. Okay. So as we mentioned, we have not done this event in a couple of years, and as a result, we were unable to properly recognize the semifinalists and recipients of this program over the last 2 years as a result of the pandemic. We are incredibly proud of the 2020 and 21 recipients, who you saw highlighted on the screens earlier, and we have a few of the recipients in the room with us tonight, so we do want to call them up on stage. It's kind of cool to be called up on stage under Air Force One and be recognized. So first, we'd like to recognize 2020 recipient Crystal Jensen. Now, Crystal is still on campus at BYU, as I understand it, but her parents are here to accept her recognition. So Mom and Dad, please join us on stage. So Crystal received a $750 scholarship. As Adolfo Camarillo High School senior class president, she was described as the definition of a resilient optimist, rising above personal challenges. The candidate's leanings towards personal connection, hope, and faith were reminiscent of President Reagan. She was co-president of the American Red Cross Club, a varsity track and field athlete, a member of the National Honor Society, and among her most fulfilling achievements, she forged a deep relationship with a senior living center where she planned and executed a senior citizen prom, which actually sounds like fun. I would totally go to that. And as we mentioned, she now attends BYU. So congratulations, Crystal. Next, we have two of our 2021 recipients in the house, Avi Garrett and Nathan Miranda. Avi and Nathan, if you could come on up. Nathan received a $1,500 Reagan Presidential Foundation scholarship. At Santa Susana High School, Nathan was president of the school choir, leader of an a cappella group, an award-winning member of the theater department, a soloist in the show choir, and the lead for musical theater performances. He served on the mock trial team as a member of the academic decathlon, as president of the CSF, a member of the National Honor Society, and a tutor. And for his Eagle Scout project, he dismantled a dilapidated shed for his church and rebuilt a completely brand new one that will last for years to come. Nathan attends UC Berkeley. So congratulations, Nathan. And Avi received a $3,000 Reagan Presidential Foundation scholarship at Newbury Park High School. She was described as having contagious energy that set a positive tone all year round. She was a National Honor Society member, a tutor for special needs students, an officer of the Associated Student Government, a talented artist and pianist. She was also a member of the semi-professional dance company and varsity dance team and received numerous awards and accolades for performances. A member of Girl State, she was the founder of a nonprofit group that organized youth to serve the elderly, a move which was inspired by her relationship with her own grandmother. And she also attends Brigham Young University, so congratulations. We actually have a third one as well, but we already talked about Alex. So congratulations to all of our past recipients. So class of 2022, these students and thousands of other Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation scholars sat where you sit tonight. Bright young leaders driven to advance themselves, their families, and their communities. Scholars, tonight we celebrate your many accomplishments. But before we recognize you, I would like to acknowledge the family, friends, teachers, guardians, school administrators who have encouraged and supported you throughout your education. So parents, teachers, counselors, principals, superintendents, other guests, please stand up for just a second so we can applaud all of your support for these students. Excellent, thank you. Your efforts to make this day a reality for our scholars cannot be underestimated. As such, we have a special gift for schools with award recipients this evening. At the conclusion of the program, you will be presented with a perpetual plaque. As we come out of the pandemic, we wanted to do something to recognize the school, so we will have a plaque for each school with a winner or winners tonight that you will be able to put up on your school site, which Megan is now doing. So now it is my pleasure to introduce to you our 2022 Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Scholars Program semifinalists. I will read the names of our semifinalists alphabetically by school. Students, when I call the name of your school, please come quickly to the side of the stage on my right, your left. So you're gonna, Will there has his hand up, so when I call your school, you're gonna walk towards Will, walk through the presidential motorcade. Secret Service is off duty tonight, so you'll be able to walk directly in front of the presidential limo, and Tyler over here will help you line up. So we'll start with the applicants from Adolfo Camarillo High School. So go ahead and move that way. Following Adolfo Camarillo High School, we're going to ask the applicants from Buena High School, El Camino High School, Foothill Technology High School, Grace Brethren High School, and Hillcrest Christian School. You can also begin lining up. As I announce your name, please walk up on stage to receive a small gift for participating in our scholarship program. Parents, we have professional photographers here, but you are more than welcome to come closer and take a picture of your child as they receive their gift. Every student will also receive a Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Scholar Program Certificate of Distinction, which you can pick up on your way down to dinner at the tables there in the back. Let's see, I would also ask that you be respectful of each of our scholars and remain quiet while they are recognized. Taking a second to line up there. All right, looks like we're ready. So, from Adolfo Camarillo High School, Hans Bach Wynn. Lauren Covarrubias. Joshua Lau. And Sadie Moody. From Buena High School, Brianna Che. From El Camino High School, Anshul Bajaj. And if I could ask the applicants from Lorena High School, Moore Park High School, and Newbury Park High School to please line up. From Foothill Technology High School, Shay Rivera Bremner. And Chloe Schofield. From Grace Brethren High School, Trenton Kobos. From Hillcrest Christian School, Christina Miller. And if I could ask the applicants from Oak Park High School, Oaks Christian High School, Rio Mesa High School, and Royal High School to please line up. From Lorena High School, Jacqueline Emanuel. Riley Huron. And Sophia Bella Nabrowski. From Moore Park High School, Shruti Gopanapalli. And Vishal Ramesh. From Newbury Park High School, Shreya Balasani. Shrestha Balasani. Makes sense that they're both not here, I guess. Tiana Huang. Nope. Carter Kawaguchi. There we go. Anna Lee. Molly McNulty. And Aaron Tock. Applicants from Santa Susana High School, Simi Valley High School, Thatcher School, Thousand Oaks High School, Trinity Pacific Christian School, and Ventura High School, please line up. From Oak Park High School, Ganesh Koka. Michaela Cresco. Manoli Nori. Maximilian Rainey. And Alicia Tong. From Oaks Christian High School, Lexi Schlossman. From Rio Mesa High School, Malaya Aspuria. And Kate Land. And finally, applicants from Westlake High School, please line up. From Royal High School, Sarah Alioli. Abigail Jivanmo. Tristan Martinez. And Jordan Oswald. From Santa Susana High School, Nicholas Kim. From Simi Valley High School, Samira Guram. And Naharika Logeshwaran. From the Thatcher School, Dylan Jin No. From Thousand Oaks High School, Jordan Arce. And Zainab Nemuchwala. From Trinity Pacific Christian School, Josie Gonzalez. From Ventura High School, Ileana Macias. From Westlake High School, Saivi Ahuja. Jillian Beer. Charisse Chua. Olivia Driscoll. Charvi Goyle. Yuhi Lefkowitz. Jennifer Liu. Yaneli Mendoza. Brooke Nind. Kira Pender. Charles Quinn. Joshua Wu. Catherine Zhu. Rachel Zhu. And last but not least, Owen Yi. Congratulations to each of you on your many achievements. And now to the portion of our program for which you've all been waiting. Tonight, we are honored to award a total of $50,000 in college scholarships to 13 of these semifinalists. When I call your name, please come up to the stage. This is always the fun part, is you look around and we'll try to figure out if it's them. So our first awards are for a scholarship of $2,500. One teacher calls this first recipient the real deal. An officer for Junior State of America and National Honor Society, this student excels in math and robotics. With a keen affinity for research and medicine, this recipient has volunteered extensively for organizations such as the American Red Cross, Good Samaritan Medical and Dental Ministry, and Ventura County Medical Center. Being inspired to action after witnessing anti-Asian sentiments, this recipient joined Justice in the Classroom, a Ventura County-based student coalition where he has served as a leader for all of Oxnard Unified School District. A peer tutor and conference speaker, this Boy Scout achieved the rank of Life Scout from Adolfo Camarillo High School. Congratulations to Hans Bach-Win. And Hans will be attending Harvard. Enthusiasm, experience, and entrepreneurial spirit are words used to highlight the strengths of this next recipient of a $2,500 award. The students' passions are vividly present in their academics, extracurricular activities, and volunteer efforts. Team captain for an award-winning robotics team, this recipient envisioned, planned, and executed a robotics competition attended by 300 students and mentors, an effort that secured $15,000 in sponsorships and more than 50 volunteers. Extending these passions and abilities further, this natural problem solver founded STEMbassadors, an award-winning nonprofit that has been recognized with a Ventura Chamber of Commerce Hometown Hero Award. In the very early days of the pandemic, STEMbassadors produced upwards of 200 face shields per day when PPE was extremely scarce. In total, STEMbassadors provided 20,000 shields to first responders. From El Camino High School, please welcome to the stage Ansul Bajaj, who plans to attend the University of California, Berkeley. According to one teacher, this next recipient of a $2,500 scholarship is defined by a desire to go above and beyond what most students do. This is certainly evident by this student's resume, including piano and academic decathlon, placing first in Ventura County, a math center tutor. This recipient has also accumulated more than 250 volunteer hours tutoring elementary and middle school students at the local library, and was instrumental in launching virtual library-based programs to keep younger students engaged during the pandemic. This Girls in STEM officer is president of both her school Young Investors Society and the Worldwide Young Investors Society Student Board. From Westlake High School, congratulations go to Jarvi Goyle, who plans to attend UC Berkeley. Maturity, reliability, humility, ingenuity, creativity. These are just a few of the words one teacher used to describe our next $2,500 award winner. A Key Club officer and member of the California Scholarship Federation and the National Honor Society, this recipient is a middle school mentor. As an award-winning team captain for mock trial, this student uses these talents to coach students at a local middle school in preparation for competition. After serving as president of the freshman, sophomore, and junior classes, this student is currently ASB president. He was founder of the Circle of Friends, a club that helped build relationships at school, treasurer for the Cyber Patriots cybersecurity competition, student body leadership representative for the PTSA, head researcher for a project through the University of Southern California, and a participant of our very own student leadership program. Congratulations to Santa Susana High School's Nicholas Kim. This next recipient of a $2,500 reward is a triple threat, boasting accolades in academics, sports, and the arts. This student is founder and president of the Math Club, secretary for the Science Olympiad, and an award-winning debate competitor and coach. This recipient is a member of the California Scholarship Federation, a National Merit Scholar semifinalist, and Southern California chapter president of the International Association of Youth. Outside of the classroom, this student demonstrates leadership as a varsity baseball captain and an instrumentalist. He has served as a research intern for UCLA, the founder and president of the Schools on Wheels tutoring organization at Oak Park High School. Please welcome Ganesh Koka. One recommender says that this next recipient of a $2,500 award brings people and ideas together, and there are endless examples of this student's efforts in coalition building and creating spaces for dialogue and constructive debate. As lead organizer for the Ventura County Youth Coalition, this recipient organized a candidate forum for Conejo Valley Unified School District Board and the Thousand Oaks City Council election targeted at young and first-time voters. This recipient imparts leadership through Junior State of America, serving as school chapter president, and as the peer-elected governor of Southern California. Inspired to action during the turmoil of 2020, she planted a chapter of Diversify Our Narrative, an organization that supports racial inclusion. A varsity golfer and officer with the Conejo Valley Unified Green Alliance at Westlake High School, congratulations to Kira Pender, who will be going to University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. This next $2,500 recipient is never satisfied with the status quo, according to one recommender. This innovative spirit can be seen in numerous roles, including as president of the Young Entrepreneurs Society Club and through 3 internships over the course of high school. A swimmer and secretary of the Campus Light Club, this student is a church youth group leader and a homework helper volunteer. Recognizing the disparity in educational support and resources for minority families, and desiring to find solutions to fill the gap, this recipient founded not one, but 2 educational nonprofits that have been featured by local media and recognized with grant funding. From Westlake High School, he will attend the University of Southern California in the fall. Congratulations, Charles Quinn. Passion across a variety of interests and talents drives this next recipient of a $2,500 scholarship. Soccer captain for youth and club teams, this student holds leadership roles with youth and government in the environmental club. Outside of school, this recipient has been an intern for a legal office and a volunteer for Food Share and the Blue Water Task Force with Surfrider Foundation. Through her work with the Ventura County chapter of Citizens Climate Lobby, founded the youth action team at her school, and prepared and delivered remarks to a congresswoman, her legislative aides, and volunteers. Please welcome Foothill Technology High School's Shay Rivera Bremner, who plans to attend UCLA in the fall. Our next awards are for $5,000 Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation scholarships. Want to call your name? Please come to the stage. The first $5,000 awardee is another Renaissance recipient. Yearbook co-editor-in-chief, this student is also the photography editor. The recipient is co-president of the Education Equality Club and an award-winning participant of the Young Entrepreneurs Society Club. As student manager and founder of tutoring services for Westminster Free Clinic, and as a volunteer for the Sankara Eye Foundation, this student logged hundreds of service hours. A talented artist, this student teaches art for 2 nonprofits and received a Congressional Art Award honorable mention. Secretary of the Girl Up Club and a Gold Star Award recipient through the Girl Scouts. Congratulations to Saivi Ahuja from Westlake High School. Our next recipient of a $5,000 award is called Bright and Enlightened because of their energy, motivation, and love of books. A noted scholar athlete, this student plays basketball and is captain of the soccer and lacrosse teams. This Interact Club officer is also a member of the National Honor Society, an academic decathlon teammate, president of the school's food club, and a pianist. This student has taken active roles with the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission and the Thousand Oaks General Plan Commission, is a volunteer docent right here at the Reagan Library. A Gold Star and Congressional Award recipient for the Girl Scouts, please welcome Jacqueline Emanuel of Lorena High School, who will attend Fordham University. One recommender summarizes this next $5,000 awardee's qualifications very well. A scholar, an athlete, an artist, and a dedicated community volunteer, this student has met every challenge and excelled at every step. President of the Key Club and National Honor Society officer, this student is captain of the varsity tennis team and co-founder of the school Habitat for Humanity chapter. Through Math Counts and Code Nation, this recipient coaches middle school programs for math competitions and computer science. This recipient has participated in 2 competitive summer programs, Lead Business Institute and Economics for Leaders. An award-winning artist, this recipient used those talents to curate and exhibit art that raised awareness for pediatric cancer, earning her the Ronald McDonald House Charity's Outstanding Leadership Award. Attending the University of Pennsylvania in the fall, congratulations to Newberry High School's Anna Lee. Now, before we get to our final 2 recipients, I have a special award that we are doing tonight for the first time. Just have to turn back in my notes here. So, as the longest standing education program of the Reagan Foundation, originating back in 2000, our scholarship recipients can be found across the country leading and serving in amazing ways. And so coming out of the pandemic, we wanted to create a new program. So tonight, we wanted to honor one such recipient with our first ever Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Scholar Program Alumnus of the Year Award. So this is someone who won this scholarship and has gone on to do amazing things. Now, many of our scholars have gone on to do amazing things, but we're excited to honor one tonight. So in addition to excelling academically and professionally, this individual is using his voice to have a positive impact on the community. And he doesn't know this is coming, right? No, it's a surprise, just like all of you. So please join me in congratulating the inaugural recipient of our Alumnus of the Year Award, Justin Kawaguchi. So Justin was a 2017 Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Scholar from Newbury Park High School, who earned a $3,500 scholarship toward the University of Southern California, where he graduated in 2021 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Global Health. During high school, he served as class president, vice president of Future Business Leaders of America, secretary of student government as a member of the Kiwanis and Key Clubs, founder of the Japanese Culture Club, and co-president of the Junior Youth Buddhist Association. Justin was recently recognized as one of 30 change makers under 30 by the Japanese American National Museum for his leadership building inclusive spaces within the Japanese American community. So congratulations, Justin, our first alumnus of the year. All right, now the moment we've been waiting for. Our final two awards. We have two top awards this evening. These are for recipients of a $7,000 Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Scholarship. Each of these recipients will also receive a $500 grant for the teacher of your choice. So think about that teacher who made a big difference in your life, and you get to give them a $500 grant for their classroom. So please come to the stage when I call your name. The first recipient of a $7,000 award is described as a well-rounded powerhouse. Class president, cross-country captain, and co-head of the Debate Society, this student is a researcher, author, and presenter in the area of astronomy, head of the Conservative Club, and co-head of the Community Service Program. He is the founder and president of Youth Investors Corp., a leading financial literacy nonprofit in California with partnerships with 11 Boys and Girls Club. He is the youngest professionally designated charter mutual fund counselor in the nation, manages his own investment fund, has interned at local investment firms in Orange County, and has helped legislate California's first financial literacy bill. An honor council panelist at the Thatcher School, please welcome Dylan Jin No, who will attend Harvard University. And our final awardee of the evening, the recipient of a $7,000 award, has been recognized by the superintendent as making ongoing contributions to the district that will have an impact for years and years to come. At school, this student is a Future Business Leaders of America officer, president of the Science National Honor Society, president of the Green Alliance, captain of the lacrosse team, and founder and president of Critical Conversations. This recipient's level of civic engagement is more extensive as a high school senior than most adults, including governmental affairs and policy director for the California Association of Student Councils, chair of the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission, executive director of Empowerment Collective, policy director and district leader of Diversify Our Narrative, and founder and director of Ventura County Youth Network, among others. As a legislative intern and member of the Young Legislators Program, this student has been instrumental in the passage of several legislative bills. Notably, she is the chair of the Student District Advisory Committee for the Conejo Valley Unified School District from Westlake High School. Congratulations to Catherine Zhu, who will attend the University of Southern California. So each of you is part of an elite group of future leaders, and we salute you. It's truly an honor to recognize your achievements right here in our county. President Reagan once thought, well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. America's best days are yet to come. Our proudest moments are yet to be. Our most glorious achievements are just ahead. The spirit of optimism exists today because of those of you who are in this room. Bright, accomplished, filled with energy to make tomorrow better than today. So congratulations once again to each and every one.